Let's get right to it. Call of Duty. Black Ops 7 just flopped, and nobody saw it coming. This series has dominated the charts for years, but this time, something went seriously wrong. Instead of the usual hype, the launch was met with disappointment and outrage. We're not talking about a minor dip. This is a historic sales drop that's making headlines everywhere. Fans are furious, roasting the game online, sharing glitches, and making memes about how bad it is. The community's disappointment is impossible to ignore. Developers made risky changes, ignored long-standing complaints, and the result is a game that feels out of touch. This isn't just a bad year, it feels like a turning point for the entire franchise. Players are sending a clear message: they're done accepting mediocrity. So, what went wrong? How did Call of Duty go from unstoppable to unplayable? We'll break down the sales disaster, the hated new features, and the backlash over microtransactions. We'll also look at why the live service model is pushing fans away. And finally, what do players actually want from Call of Duty's future? Right now, the future of this series is more uncertain than ever. For longtime fans, it's a tough pill to swallow. Let's dig into what happened. The numbers don't lie. Black Ops 7's sales are a disaster. In Europe, first-week sales dropped over 50% compared to last year's game. That's not just a dip, it's a collapse. Half the usual buyers walked away, sending a clear message with their wallets. Even worse, Battlefield 6 outsold Black Ops 7 by 63% during launch week. For the first time, Call of Duty got crushed by its biggest rival. Reports say a quarter of COD players switched to Battlefield in just 1 month. Some blame Game Pass for the low sales, but even with that, the numbers are called staggering. Activision hasn't bragged about player counts or sales. Total silence. That silence says it all. The launch is a disappointment. Sure, it was technically the best-selling game in Europe that week, but only because the competition was weak. For Call of Duty, just being number one isn't enough. It's supposed to dominate. Instead, it barely limped across the finish line. The message is clear. Fans are fed up and looking elsewhere. This isn't just a bad launch, it's a wake-up call for the franchise. The days of automatic success are over. Players want more than just a familiar name. The numbers prove it. So, what made this year's game so unappealing? Why did Black Ops 7 crash so hard? The answer starts with the game itself. The campaign, once a highlight, is now a mess. Thanks to generative AI art that looks lifeless and cheap. Players call it AI Slop, and it's easy to see why. The lack of human touch makes the game feel soulless, like a cost-cutting experiment gone wrong. Fans felt cheated, paying full price for something that looks unfinished. The backlash was instant. On Metacritic, it's the most disliked Call of Duty ever. Using AI over real artists sent the wrong message. Profit over quality. But the problems don't stop there. Multiplayer, the heart of COD, is just as disappointing. Map design is bland and uninspired. Players say it's just boxes and hallways, not memorable battlegrounds. The gameplay quickly turns repetitive and boring, and then there's skill-based matchmaking, or SBMM. Instead of fun, casual matches, every game feels like a high-stakes tournament. Players are exhausted. There's no room to relax or just have fun. SBMM punishes skill, making every match stressful. It's a feature nobody wants, but it keeps coming back. The result? A game that's no fun to play, no matter your skill level. Fans expected innovation but got shortcuts and frustration. The core experience is missing. That's why players are walking away. The magic is gone. Black Ops 7 feels more like a store than a game. From the moment you log in, you're bombarded with skins, bundles, and pop-ups urging you to spend more. The focus is on monetization, not gameplay. Hundreds of expensive skins, but broken maps and a lackluster campaign. Players are sick of it. It feels greedy and exhausting. Unlocking cool gear used to be about skill. Now it's about your credit card. The in-game store works perfectly, but the actual game is buggy and unpolished. Even free progression is frustrating, pushing players towards spending money. It's a slap in the face to loyal fans. The aggressive microtransactions have destroyed goodwill. Players want a game, not a shopping mall. This is a huge reason for the backlash. Call of Duty keeps chasing Fortnite's live service model, and fans hate it. Constant updates, battle passes, and FOMO events turn the game into a grind, not a joy. Instead of a complete game at launch, you get a platform that's always changing. Players miss the days when you bought the game and got everything. Great campaign, full multiplayer, fun co-op. Now it's all about keeping you hooked and spending. The live service model feels like a betrayal of what made Call of Duty special. Frequent updates break balance, add silly cosmetics, and ruin the atmosphere. Fans are exhausted by the endless churn. They want stability, not chaos. They want to master a game, not chase the next battle pass. The magic of classic COD is gone. Players don't want another Fortnite, they want Call of Duty back. The series has lost its identity. When a game fails this badly, you expect the publisher to respond, but Activision and Microsoft have stayed silent. No apologies, no promises to fix things, no press releases bragging about sales or player numbers. That silence is telling. They know the game flopped. In past years, COD launches were celebrated with billion-dollar headlines. This year, nothing. Players feel ignored, and the lack of communication only adds to the frustration. Critics weren't kind either. Reviews were middling to negative, calling out the same issues as fans. AI art, bad maps, aggressive monetization. Eurogamer gave it 3 out of 5, warning the changes are bad for the series' health. The campaign was called one of the worst ever. Even the multiplayer couldn't save it. Low review scores reinforce what players already feel. Something is seriously wrong. The negativity is overwhelming. So, what do players actually want? It's simple. A return to basics. Fans want classic Call of Duty gameplay, tight gunplay, great maps, and a complete game on day one. No more gimmicks, no more live service grind, no more paywalls. They want a real campaign made by real artists, not AI. Unlocks should come from playing, not paying. Players want fun, not stress. Ditch the relentless SBMM. They want to relax, play with friends, and enjoy the game again. The community has been begging for these changes for years. This sales flop is a wake-up call. The old formula worked for a reason. The future of Call of Duty depends on whether the developers listen. Fans want passion, not profit-driven design.